Normality resumes at the top of the table over in the Premier League, of course, as Man City take over the reins at the top of the table. But will they still be there at the end of the matches this weekend? We're going to take a little look next. Prediction video today. We're taking a look at match number 13. Unlucky for some, of course, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you do, where you been? Smash your subscribe button, bang to all things Premier League related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We're all here, boys, under one Rooski. That's right, City top the table with Spurs, nearly free falling out of the Champions League spots. They're hanging on in there with the skin of their teeth, of course. But what's going to go on this weekend as anybody from the top spot to down to 5th could be top of the table. We'll take a look at all of it in a second, of course. Big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And again, big shout out to you guys. And of course, make sure you bang the like here. Get the YouTube algorithm working for you. And of course, if you're not subscribed, make sure you do so. A whopping 78% of you are still unsubscribed. So let's get into it. Of course, recap the results last time around and bring you bang up to date with our own prediction league before we kick into the next round of matches. So here are those results. And the ghost of Nuno Espirito Santo, even though he's not dead. 2-1 win for Wolves over Spurs there as Angie suffers back-to-back defeats. Has the bubble burst for them, or will they bounce back this weekend? We'll see shortly. Meanwhile, Burnley suffered a 3-1 defeat to Arsenal. I went with a 4-0 win myself. Everton, 3-2 winners over Crystal Palace. Big win for them. They're up to, where are they in the table right now? I can't even see them. They're mistresslessly, where are they? No. What am I looking at? Why Everton? Oh, shit. Oh, my gosh. Holy shit. Breaking news in my brain here. Points deduction for Everton. Fuck me. I know that was coming. I just didn't know it was now. I am recording this on the 17th of November. I was like, they should not be. They should be up there, but they're down to 19th right now. They are joint bottom. It's the Sean Dyche effect. Him and Burnley could be going down. Goodness, and big 3-2 win for them over Crystal Palace. Draw in my eyes. United with a scrapey 1-0 win over Luton Town. 2-0 win in my eyes as well. Bournemouth, big winners over Newcastle. Wow, wee wow. They're up to bloody 16th. I went with a 3-1 win the other way. Villa doing the business. 3-1 win over Fulham. I went with a 3-0 win. Brighton 1-1 draw against Sheffield United. Good result for Sheffield United. 2-0 win in my eyes. Liverpool 3-0 winners over Brentford. Got the one spot on nose. West Ham 3-2 winners over Forest. I went with a 3-1 win myself. And look at that goal fest right there. 8th goal thriller as City were held. But of course, that has made it for a lively looking table. Again, this is what I was expecting. But a whopping 10-point deduction for Everton brings them down to 19th at the moment. Goodness gracious me. Wow, wee wow. But the top of the table looks like this. City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs. Then we have Villa, who could go top with a win. Would that be special? Meanwhile, Burnley, Everton, and now Sheffield United could go down. I'll take it. I'll take that, even though I kind of want Everton to do okay. But where are the points deduction for Manchester City? Where is that little bastard? Anyway, that's a story for another day. This is the link for the Super Brew, which I'm going to bring you bang up to date with right here, right now, to see how I and you are looking as we head into this weekend's action. Of course, unlucky for some, it's unlucky for Everton. Wow, that's absolutely stunned me. Put me on my back, on my arse. Put me on my arse. But anyway, let's take a little look at how we all got on last time around. So here we go, a recap-a-roo of it. Joachim Jakobsen tops the charts in the form table. Of course, the recent run there, 14.5. Tayabi, of course, 14 points. Jimmy Watton as well, 12 points for this past week. If you see your name in there, make sure you bang the old likey. I've got myself 9.5 picks, not too shabby there. But of course, it's still wide open. Again, big thank you to all of you still predicting. Look at these guys. Carl Muckian, why have you quit? Come on, get back into it. Omar Mexican Sniper, why did you quit? Get back into it, guys. You can still do well. Of course, the overall leaderboard looks like this, though. Lewis R. running away with 142.5 points right now. Vinny Hong in second. Georgetown up there in third. They're non-movers. Tayabi up to number 4. Daddy Call into 5th. Of course, still wide open. Big mover. Joachim Jakobsen, yellow jersey. Remains in 14th. Bit of a gap there, perhaps. I'm in 30-something. I'm up there to 4th. Wow, wee wow. A mover, big mover myself. So let's see how I've got to make a push. It's a big whopping gap, but I'm not scared. I'm not frightened, as they say. But anyway, we are looking forward to the next round of games, which are coming at you right here, right now. And make sure you get in there with your picks nice and early. So here are those games, and what a game we've got to look forward to next week. The early kickoff, the first game since the international break, is a zinger. It is, of course, first up against second is at the Etihad. It's City, it's Liverpool, it's Klopp, it's Guardiola, and of course these two sides will be playing first. But we're not going there. We're not going there at all. We're going to go to Brentford first. Bit of a boring one here against Arsenal. It's a late kickoff on Saturday, November the 25th at the Community Stadium. Brentford against Arsenal. Played each other 6 times in 2018. We got 1 win for Brentford, 4 for Arsenal, 1 draw as well. Biggest win for Brentford. It was the only win, 2-0 win. They got 5 goals in 6 matches, 0.83 goals a game. Arsenal on the flip side, biggest win for them, 3-0 win. They got 10 goals scored in 6 matches, 1.67 goals a game. 4 wins of the last 6 though for Arsenal right now. 67% form for them. They're down to third, 27 points right now. Brentford are in 11th. 16 points right now, 58 points, 58% form for them over this last 6. Last round over at the Community Stadium in the league, it was a 3-0 win for Arsenal back in September 2022. They already played each other this season. It was in the EFL Cup. 1-0 winner was for Arsenal back in September this year. But the odds here, 60-5 is your Brentford, 4-3 on is your Arsenal, 14-5 is your draw. Of course, going to go with a 3-0 win for Arsenal, but let's see what comes out of the international break with if there's any injuries or whatnot that could dampen that. Meanwhile, it's the battle of the Claret and Blue. It's coming at you at Turdmore, that's right. Coming at you 24 times they played each other since 2003. 6 wins for Burnley, 12 wins for West Ham, 6 draws, of course. Biggest win for Burnley, 3-0 win. They got 29 goals scored in 24 matches, 1.21 goals a game. West Ham, 5-1 win, their biggest, 37 goals scored in 24 matches, 1.54 goals a game. West Ham winning 3 of the last 4, 50% form for them over the last 6, 9th for the table, and 17 points on the board. Up against Burnley, without a win in 6. Let's keep it that way, because they like to count all their losses on one finger, whatever, on the one hand. They're freaks. 20th in the table, 4 points on the board right now. Let's continue it. Keep on going, West Ham. Last time around, they're over at Turdmore. It was a 0-0 draw. That was back in December 2021. In fact, West Ham are unbeaten against Burnley over the last 4. They have a couple of wins and a couple of draws as well. The odds here, we're looking at West Ham 2019 on the favourites for the victory here. 13-5 is your companies, boys. 13-5 is also the draw. I'm backing a draw here, despite my hopes and dreams for. I do hope for a West Ham victory. I really do. But I just feel that Burnley will get something after a refreshed international break. So. But anyway, point in the bag, we'll see. Meanwhile, the newly points deducted Everton against Manchester United coming at you at Goodison Park on Sunday, November 26th. Of course, now these two sides have played each other, according to my eyes, around about 67 times in 1993. We've got 10 wins for Everton, 43 wins for United, 14 draws as well. Everton 4-0 win their biggest, 63 goals scored in 67 matches, 0.94 goals a game. United 4-0 win their biggest, 126 goals scored in 67 matches, 1.88 goals a game. United win 3 and losing 3 of the last 6. They're on 50% form for them right now. They are in 6th in the table with 21 points at the moment. Meanwhile, Everton now down to 19th with just 4 points on the board. Unbelievable. Just 1 defeat past 6. Good form for them. 76%, 75% form for them right now. Hopefully that form will keep on going. And of course, they will manage to stick around in the division. However, United win 3 on the bounce against Everton, including a result in the FA Cup and also including a result in the last time picture over at Goodison Park back in October 2022. 2-1 win it was for United. The odds here, we have 7-4 is Everton, 6-4 is United. Quite tight. And the bookies down 12-5 is the draw. I'm backing a 2-win for Everton, even though the points have been hit hard here. Still backing them. I'm backing the form because they're on good form right now. Fulham against Wolves, of course, on Monday night, the 27th of November. Played each other 28 times since 1999. We've got 5 wins for Fulham, 14 wins for Wolves, 9 draws as well. Biggest win for Fulham, 5-0 win. They got 31 goals scored in 28 matches. We've got 1.11 goals a game. Meanwhile, Wolves on the flip side, 3-0 win. Also, 42 goals scored in 28 matches, 1.50 goals a game. Wolves just 1 defeat past 6, 67% form for them right now. They are 12th with 15 points on the board. Meanwhile, Fulham, 1 win in 5 for them, 42% form for them. They're down to 15th with 12 points on the board. Last time around, they're over at Craven Cottage. It was a 1-1 draw back in February 2023. Wolves unbeaten against Fulham over the last 6, picking up 3 wins and 3 draws. The odds for this one, we have Fulham 11-8 for the victory, 11-5 is your Wolves, 21-10 is the draw. So it's quite tight. Could go either way. I'm backing a 1-1 draw as well, point apiece, which I don't think no one could complain about that for the time being. Meanwhile, Luton Town against Crystal Palace coming at you on Saturday, November the 25th. Now, these two sides have played each other 8 times since 1993. We've got 3 wins to Luton, 4 wins to Palace, 1 draw. Of course, biggest win for Luton, 2-0 win. They got 9 goals scored in 8 matches, 1.13 goals a game. Palace on the flip side, also 2-0 win, their biggest, 10 goals scored in 8 matches. And we've also got a 1.25 goals a game ratio. Crystal Palace just 1 win in 5 for them, 42% form heading into this. They are 13th in the table with 15 points on board. Luton, without a win in 6, they are 17th in the table with 6 points right now. Last time around, they're over at Kenilworth Road. It was 2-1 win for Luton back in September 2006. Been a long, long time, guys. Of course, Luton just losing once of the last 4 against Palace. But heading into this, the bookies' odds, we're looking at Luton 13-5 for the rich, 11-10 is your Palace, 21-10 is your draw. I'm backing Luton Town here to win this one, 2-1 win for them. I think their home form against teams, no disrespect to Crystal Palace, this is where they will either make or break their season. The teams like Palace, teams like Forest, teams like Sheffield United, Bournemouth and all that, if they get results against them at home, then of course they should be A-OK, especially with that recently zinger points deduction for Everton. Anyway, this is it now. The game of the day or the game of the weekend is City, it is Liverpool. This could be a real good banger here, or it could be an absolute ball fest. We'll see. 62 times they've played each other since 1993. We've got 15 wins for City, 29 wins for Liverpool, 18 draws, of course. Biggest win for City, 5-0 win. They got 93 goals scored in 62 matches, 1.50 goals a game. Liverpool on the flip side, 6-0 win, their biggest. 109 goals scored in those 62 matches, 1.76 goals a game. Liverpool on second, 27 points right now. Of course, just one defeat past 6, 75% form. Up against City, 92% form for them right now. Top spot, 28 points on the board as well. Last time around, they're over at the Etihad. It was a 4-1 win for City back in April 2023. Of the last 5 matches, 3 wins for Liverpool, 2 wins for City. And we've even got the Community Shield in amongst all that. So last time around, the odds here, 20-13 on is your City. They are favourite here. 3-1 is your draw. 16-5 is your away win here. It's tight. I'm going to back a draw here. I'm going to sit on the fence 2-2 in the end. And of course, I think Liverpool will be ecstatic with that. And so will the likes of Arsenal and Spurs. Speaking of them, they're coming up later on. Well, actually, Spurs coming up later on. Oh, we've already done them. We've already done them, boggers. Meanwhile, of course, some of the other bigger heavy hitters coming at you is Newcastle United. I'm against Chelsea now, coming at you at St. James's Park. Played each other 64 times since 1993. We've got 16 wins for the Geordies, 34 wins for Chelsea. We've got 14 draws as well. Biggest win for the Geordies, 3-0 win. They got 59 goals scored in 64 matches, 0.92 goals a game. Chelsea on the flip side, 5-0 win. We've got 100 goals scored in 64 matches, 1.56 goals a game. Just one defeat now for Pochettino's boys over the last 6. They're on 67% form. They're up to 10th with 16 points on the board right now. Newcastle, 42% form for them, back-to-back defeats. They are 7th with 20 points on the board as well. Last round, they're over at St. James's Park. It was a 1-0 win for the Geordies back in November 2022. Of course, the odds here for this one, we have Newcastle 6-4 for the Ricky, 13-8 is Chelsea, 13-5 is It's quite tight now. I think Chelsea are back and they could be getting themselves something out of this game. But unfortunately, I think it'll be a goal fest, 3-2 in it. The Geordies nicking it. And of course, Chelsea taking nothing home from the long trip. And meanwhile, Forest against Brighton coming at you over at the City Ground. Now, these two sides have played each other 22 times. 2002, we've got 7 wins for Nottingham Forest. We've got 8 wins for Brighton, and we've got 7 draws as well. Meanwhile, Forest, biggest win for them, 3-0 win. They got 25 goals scored in 22 matches, 1.14 goals a game. Brighton on the flip side, 3-0 win, their biggest. Of course, 23 goals scored in 23 matches, 1.05 goals a game. 58% form, though, for Brighton. They're unbeaten in the last 5. They're up to 8th, 19 points on the board. Up against Forest, just 1 win in the last 6, 42% form for them. They are 14th for the table with 13 points on the board as well. Last time around, over the City Ground, it was a 3-1 win for Forest, who are unbeaten against Brighton over the last 3, pick up a couple of wins and a draw to boot. The odds here, we're looking at Forest 2-1 for the victory, 6-5 is your Brighton, 11-4 is the draw. Another tight one. I'm going to go with a squeaky 1-0 win for Forest. Brighton not converting those draws into wins. Meanwhile, another 6-pointer down the foot of the table as Sheffield United against Bournemouth. Heckingbottom still hanging on for his job, as is Bournemouth's Areola. Both were expected to fire their manager in the past few weeks, months even, but they're both here, both hanging on. But heading into this, 8 times they played each other, these two sides since 2011. Got 5 wins for Sheffield United, 1 win for Bournemouth, 2 draws as well. Biggest win for the Blades, 5-3 win. We've got 14 goals scored in 8 matches, 1.75 goals a game. Meanwhile, Bournemouth 2-1 win, their biggest, 8 goals scored in 8 matches, a goal a game on average. Bournemouth 2 wins the last 4 matches, 33% form for them. They are up to 16th out of the relegation zone right now, 9 points on the board. Meanwhile, Sheffield United up to 18th, 5 points on the board, back-to-back games now without a loss. Last time around, though, over at Bramall Lane, it was a 0-0 draw back in April 2022. Of course, the Blades on the back of victories over Wolves and the draw against Brighton. Of course, Bournemouth with that 2-0 win over the Geordies still singing around the grounds right here, right now. The odds here, we have Forest at 2-1 for the victory, 11-4 is the draw, 6-5 is your away win. That's, of course, actually scrap that. 21-10 is your Sheffield United, 12-5 is a draw, 23-20 is your away win. Tight on the bookies again on this one. 2-1 win for me for the Blades, of course, continuing where they left off. Meanwhile, Spurs, Villa, another zinger. Wow, wee wow. What a game we have here on Sunday, November the 26th. These two sides have played each other 56 times in 1993. You've got 26 wins for Spurs, 17 wins for Villa, 13 draws, of course. Biggest win for Spurs, 4-0 win. They got 87 goals in 56 matches, 1.55 goals a game. Villa on the flip side, 4-1 win, 61 goals scored in 56 games and 1.09 goals a game. 83% form though for Villa right now. 5 wins of the last 6. They are 5th with 25 points on the board. Up against Spurs, 67% form for them right now. Back-to-back defeats. 4th at the table with 26 points on the board. Last time around though, over at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, it was a 2-0 win for Villa, who did back-to-back wins over Spurs last season. And of course, want to continue where they left off. The odds here for this one, we're looking at Spurs 13-10 for the region, 9-5 is your Villa, 14-5 is of course the draw here. We're backing 3-1 win for Spurs, bounce back ability. And, of course, making a push for the top 2 spots once again. That's, of course, my picks in a very, very monster weekend. Good games ahead. We have the Geordies against Chelsea. We have Spurs against Villa. We have, of course, the zinger at the top, City against Liverpool. And, of course, Everton against United, which will be spicy. And a lot of games affecting the bottom as well. Big week ahead. And, of course, this is what the table will look like. Arsenal will be your new leaders. City will be in second. Spurs up to third. Liverpool to fourth. Going down is Burnley, Sheffield United, and Bournemouth, of course, take away the 10 points from Everton. They will also be down there or thereabouts. That's, of course, my picks. That's, of course, the link for the Super Brew. Make sure you subscribe. A whopping 78% of you are not subscribed. Make sure you bang the like as well. Of course, get the YouTube algorithm working for you. Get technology working for you, of course, by providing you the content that you want to see. But until then, guys, subscribe. I'll see you soon for the next one. Of course, we'll be back with more action, more picks very, very soon.